Have you ever packed for a trip and realized you were carrying far more than you needed? Perhaps you've experienced the opposite. Perhaps you've arrived somewhere only to discover that you forgot something important. A toothbrush, a charger, medication, appropriate shoes, something essential for the journey ahead. Most of us learn quickly, fairly quickly, that what we carry matters, and carrying too much can make the journey difficult. If we carry too little, we may find ourselves unprepared. And carrying the wrong things means we spend valuable time and energy managing problems we could have avoided. Life is much the same, unfortunately. Hi there, I'm SB, the bolder side of the everyday me, and welcome to Presently Being. Today I'd like to explore a simple question, a practical question, and perhaps a surprisingly important one. What am I carrying? Not physically, although that may be worth considering as well. No, I'm talking about the things we carry through life. The things that help us. The things that prepare us. The things that strengthen us. The things that burden us. The things that shape us. Because whether we realize it or not, every one of us is carrying something. Whether it's responsibilities, commitments, expectations, beliefs, habits, dreams, strengths, weaknesses, skills, experiences, lessons, and sometimes burdens. Some of what we carry serves us well. Some of it does not. Some of it prepares us for the journey ahead. Some of it slows us down. And some of it may have been necessary once, but now it is no longer necessary. Before taking any meaningful journey, most of us spend time deciding what to bring. We know we can't take everything. Some things are necessary, some things are useful, some things are optional, and some things simply become extra weight. Life is much the same. Every journey requires preparation. Every destination requires certain things. Imagine you were preparing for a trip. You'd probably bring the essentials like a toothbrush, soap, deodorant, clothing, appropriate shoes, comfortable shoes. Always a must when you're traveling. These are the things required for the journey ahead, wherever it is that we might be going. And life works in much the same way. You see, some destinations require discipline. Some require education or training. Some require patience or courage or character or responsibility or resilience. The question is not simply, what am I carrying? The question is also, am I carrying what I need for where I want to go? And perhaps even more importantly, am I carrying things I no longer need? Because every unnecessary item adds weight. Every unnecessary burden requires energy. Every unnecessary distraction consumes attention. And eventually, we must decide what stays, what goes, what must be added, what must be developed, what must be strengthened, and what must be left behind. Sometimes we discover we are missing something important. Not because we failed, but because we have not acquired it yet. For example, perhaps you dream of a particular career, but that career requires specific education, training, experience, certification. The dream is not the problem. The missing pathway is. Once we identify what is missing, we can begin building the necessary bridge. Perhaps that means returning to school and taking a course or finding a mentor. Perhaps it means volunteering or practicing, studying, learning, growing. The destination becomes more realistic when we begin to acquire what is required to reach it. But carrying is not only about skills and preparation. Sometimes, many times, it is about people. Or perhaps more accurately, our relationship to certain people. As we take inventory of what we are carrying, there is another question worth considering, and that is, who are we carrying? Not physically, not emotionally, not mentally, not spiritually, but who are we carrying? In a really fundamental way. In a way that may absolve them of their own responsibilities, but certainly in a way that affects us, because we're not meant to carry another one's burden. And so this means sometimes we continue carrying relationships that no longer nourish us. Sometimes we have relationships that no longer encourage growth. Sometimes we have relationships that no longer support our well-being. And sometimes we have relationships that drain far more energy than they contribute. And sometimes, actually, when we think about it, it's not even the person we are carrying, it's the expectation, it's the obligation, the guilt, the responsibility we have assigned to ourselves. Now, this is not an invitation to abandon people, nor is it a suggestion that every difficult relationship should end. Life is rarely that simple. But it is an invitation to ask an honest question. And that is, does this relationship nourish my soul? Does it encourage growth? Does it challenge me in healthy ways? Does it contribute to the life I am trying to build? Or does it consistently leave me depleted, discouraged, diminished, or disconnected from the person whom I hope to become? Not everything that occupies space in our lives deserves permanent residence there. And not everything we have carried for years is meant to be carried forever. Some things need strengthening. Some things need healing. Some things need boundaries. And some things need releasing. Now I'd like to invite you into a brief moment of stillness. Take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. Again, slowly in, slowly out. Allow yourself to arrive fully in this moment. Now ask yourself, what am I carrying that serves me well? What am I carrying that prepares me for the future? What am I carrying that strengthens me? And then ask, what am I carrying that exhausts me? What am I carrying that distracts me? What am I carrying that no longer belongs in my life? Simply notice what comes forward. No judgment, no criticism, no blaming, just awareness. Today, I'd like to invite you to perform a simple exercise. Take out a journal, notebook, or a piece of paper. Create 3 columns. In the first column, write, what am I carrying? List everything that comes to mind. Responsibilities, strengths, skills, commitments, habits, beliefs, relationships, dreams, obligations, anything. In the second column, write, what do I need? What is required for the life you hope to build? Education, training, discipline, patience, confidence, experience, support, knowledge. Write whatever comes to mind down. In the third column, write, what must be left behind? Old habits, old assumptions, distractions, excuses, unnecessary burdens, outdated expectations, anything that no longer serves your journey. Then spend a few moments reviewing what you've written. You may be surprised by what you discover. Before we finish, here are a few journal prompts you may wish to explore. 1. What am I carrying that serves me well? 2. What am I carrying that no longer serves me? 3. What strengths have helped me reach this point? 4. What skills or qualities do I need still to develop? 5. Who or what nourishes my soul? 6. Who or what consistently drains my energy? 7. What is one thing I can strengthen, acquire, or release this week? Choose something, and you'll feel so much better one way or the other. Remember, the purpose of these conversations is not merely to talk, and the purpose is not simply to reflect. The purpose is to better understand our lives so that we can make better decisions. Because awareness without action changes very little, and awareness followed by action can change everything. Actually, you know what? I should have said, because this is more accurate. Awareness without action changes very little. But awareness followed by action can change everything. More emphasis there. Today, you've taken inventory. You've paused long enough to examine what you're carrying. You've begun to ask whether it belongs in your future. And that's a good thing. In fact, it's a very good thing. If you'd like to continue this exploration, I invite you to take the free Presently Being assessment, or as I like to call it, the quiz. As a thank you for participating, you'll receive a complimentary profile reflection deck. Additional reflection decks and companion workbooks are available for those who wish to go deeper. And for those who wish to surround themselves with inspiration throughout the day, Presently Being merchandise is available as well. If you enjoyed today's episode, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support means so much and helps us reach more people who might benefit from these conversations. New episodes are released every Sunday and Thursday. So until next time, I'd like to leave you with one of my favorite sayings coined by me. Awaken the mind, ignite the soul. I'm SP, and remember, be present, be purposeful, and just be.